All right, everybody. This is DJ REM, and we're streaming live on rockallianceradio.com. And I have my brother Guy from the band Ecliptyka on the line. How you doing today?
Hey, man. I'm good. How about you?
I'm very good. Let's start by you introducing yourself and the other members of the band that are not with us, please.
No problem. My name is Guilherme Bolini. I play guitar and scream vocals for Ecliptyka, a metal band from Brazil. We also have Hélio Valisk, which is guitar player, Eric Zambonini, bass player, Thiago Catalá, drummer, and our female singer, Helena Martins. Yeah, that's Ecliptyka.
That is the band. And I have to tell you, the new album is freaking amazing.
Thank you, man.
It's really good. Thank you for sending it. It's really good. I've been playing a couple tracks every show since you sent it to me. So
amazing. Thank you.
Definitely. So what is going on with the band right now? What are you guys up to?
Yeah, we just released the new album, like you said. Times Are Changed is the name of the album. We were promoting it with a video clip a month before the album came out, so that people got to know the new sound we're doing. And we kind of waited so the World Cup would be over to release the album, you know.
Right.
And now we're just about to do a release party here at our hometown in Brazil. And we're promoting the album. We're working on it. We're putting out so everyone can listen, radio, internet, everything. So that's the big work we're doing right now. Booking shows all over the place. Still, we don't have any plans for a U.S. tour this year, but hopefully next year.
Whatever happened, and you don't have to tell me the story, but whatever happened to that dude that was trying to get you up here? I have not heard anything from that guy.
Yeah, that's
it's like he fell off the face of the earth, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah. Well, that didn't come out right. I think we tried to work with him. He helped us at the beginning. We can't complain. He was doing a lot of promotion. But at the end, I don't think he did his work very well. And he didn't get the shows he told us he would. And then we couldn't go. It wasn't enough gigs for us to be worth going.
Right.
And we canceled everything. So that kind of, we lost some time there with the band and everything. We lost some money. But anyway, I think every band has some up and downs on the road, you know. So
oh heck yeah!
It's not a problem.
It's a part of doing business, right?
Yeah, we tried our best and didn't came out, but it doesn't matter anymore.
I'm still hoping you make it to the U.S. at some point, or I make it to Brazil so I can see you guys there.
For sure. I mean, we definitely want to come to the West to play some gigs for you guys. I know there's a lot of people that would love our music there. Metal is a big thing in the West. It always was so.
Yep, very good, very good. So does that offer still stand to stay with you if I come down?
Yeah, of course, man, no problem.
Okay, just have to reconfirm that, you know.
You and your family is always welcome.
Awesome. Okay, so let's tell everybody how long Ecliptyka's been together as a band.
Yeah, well, the story is very big. I mean, the idea of having a band, it's like it's been 15 years or something, you know. But putting this lineup together, the musical concept of the band that we have today, and releasing something, putting something out like an EP or a demo. We say we started in 2008 because we had an EP that year. We went to Europe for 6 gigs, some festivals. So we say we started in 2008.
Okay, very good.
And we've been together with the same lineup ever since. So
and that in itself is an amazing feat.
Yeah, it is.
especially with
for
bands
sure.
these days. Crazy. Are
Yeah,
you guys talking, or even are you guys thinking about going back to Europe at all?
yeah, for sure. It's Europe, Japan, and the U.S. are the biggest markets for the type of music we do. So our our plans are always considering having those places, those continents or countries in mind, so we can uh, spread the word about our music and everything.
Right. Okay. Very good. So, how often are you guys getting together and practicing these days?
Well, now we were not doing shows for a couple of time because the recording of this new album and the pre-production, the everything. It took us a lot of effort, a lot of time and work. So we didn't we stopped playing gigs, because we were done with the first album already. And well, the plans now are to play as much gigs as possible. So we are putting a big show, practicing a lot. We were practicing like twice a week or 3 times a week. And we played our first gig yesterday in Brazil, a big festival. Uh, the first gig after we released the new album, and it was it was awesome. So we're rehearsing a lot. We're preparing ourselves for the big release party and all the gigs to come. We're booking as much gigs as possible. So yeah, we're getting together a lot.
Very, very good. And being and the fact that you're going to be doing lots of shows and stuff, I'm actually going to, with Rock Alliance Radio. I haven't even really told you about Rock Alliance Radio.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
so
It's
let's
new
just
for
talk
me.
about that. That's not. I don't want to take away from the band, but let's just talk real quick so you understand what's going on here.
Okay.
So basically, what we're doing is it's all rock, all metal. Has to be bands that are actively touring. So kind of like like yourselves.
Uh-huh.
And our plan is I'm looking, and I'm looking for bands all over the world. It doesn't matter where a band's at. If the band's in Brazil or Russia or China, I could care less. Just has to meet those criteria. But we're working to find sponsors that are willing to sponsor the station and this idea we have. And if all goes according to plan, which me and my partners with the station, Bruce and Robin, hope we will be successful. Well, I'm going to say I know we will because I'm an optimist. But the plan is once we start generating revenue, we'll also be putting on monthly concert series here at local venues. We're going to have merchandise for sale. So basically,
Amazing.
after we pay to run the radio station and those few little fees, what little overhead we have for an internet radio station, we're going to use that money and we're going to actually give it back to the bands as payment for playing your music on our station.
It's amazing.
That is I don't know. I don't know if there's any other internet radio stations that other than your big streaming sites like Pandora and Spotify that do anything like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of feel like we're stepping into some new ground here, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, man. Do it.
And you guys will
can
definitely
always
be
count on Ecliptyka to help you guys out.
yeah. So yeah, if in that regard, if you have any friends, first of all, that are in other bands that are touring that would be interested, make sure they hit me up. But also, if you have any contacts with anybody that would be willing to possibly support the radio station, because the more sponsors I can get to support the station, the more money that I could potentially pay out to bands. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course, man.
so just
We have
keep that
contacts.
in your mind in your travels.
Okay.
And the
Will
rest
do.
of let the rest of the band know too. Well, I guess they'll hear the interview, but make sure
Yeah,
that
for
they
sure.
make sure they know what's going on, because the more we all network together, the more opportunity to be successful we all have.
For sure. Yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we roll.
Oh, I am fully aware of that, and I appreciate that with you guys. So, okay, here's a question for you specifically. What kind of
Okay.
influences have you had in your life that got you into metal and doing this, and it even helped continue to keep you doing it?
Well, I started listening to metal and rock music back in '98, I think. The biggest bands for me are and always will be like Iron Maiden, Metallica, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, stuff like that. But as time went by, I started listening to, you know, a lot of different bands. I'm into everything that I consider good. You know, I can't say I'm into one style or another inside rock and metal, but I love bands like progressive metal, such as Dream Theater, Symphony X. I like new bands that are like Killswitch Engage, All That Remains, As I Lay Dying, and stuff like that as well. I love hard rock. Who doesn't? I mean, Skid Row, Guns N' Roses, Alice Cooper, you know, stuff like that. And that, I mean, that got me into likening the music, the style, the lifestyle, everything. And guitar playing, it's a little different. I like some fusion guitar players, some jazz, blues, but still, when I listen to Adrian Smith playing, you know, Wasted Years solo or whatever, it's the best thing for me. I mean, the feeling, the everything, that type of music, that kind of players put out, it's the best for me. What I like the best, I think.
Hey, very cool. I have to mention something because you mentioned Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
I just was on vacation last week, and I picked up Alice Cooper Goes to Hell on vinyl. And
Yeah.
so that sucker's from, God, what was it from? It's old, 1976.
For sure. Yeah.
So I had never really listened to old Alice Cooper, and I'm very impressed. I'm like, man, why did I not listen to this before?
He's got like 50 records, I think.
He's been around a long time.
For a long time.
Yep, definitely. Okay, so was there anybody in your family that had any musical talent that was around you, or did you just kind of find it on your own?
No, I mean, no, that didn't happen. My uncle used to play acoustic guitar, but you know, just Brazilian music, bossa nova, stuff like that. Anything like metal or anything. But my dad got me into listening to bands like Deep Purple, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, you know, Peter Frampton, Rod Stewart, everything. So I think even though my dad didn't play an instrument, he got me into getting to know this music, Dire Straits, you know, things from the 70s, 80s. So I think, yeah, that got me started first. Even when I was a kid and didn't have any, you know, musical taste or whatever, you know, when you start going by yourself to get to know new artists and buy records and go to concerts, you know. I think my dad has a big influence on me about that.
Well, way to go, Dad! Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and while we're live, and you know, since you mentioned earlier, you know, Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in Brazil today.
Yeah.
So props to you guys. And I know what you mean though about the whole, you know, with Dad and the music, because I actually took my son to his first rock concert on Friday night, and
it's amazing. It's a very important thing to do.
he had an amazing time. It turned out to be a very good thing that we did together. So
please do that. Don't let him like go after, I don't know, Justin Bieber or any rapper or whatever bullshit you guys have there.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, and that's the cool thing, because the stuff I do, the music, you know, the shows I go to, it's all independent, unsigned artists and stuff. So, because obviously you know me, I mean that's what I support. So,
yeah,
you get a whole nother feel of music in the industry when you go see bands that actually care about their fans.
For sure, for that, exactly.
So, how did Ecliptyka come up with the name for the band? Where's Ecliptyka come from? Yeah.
Well, when Elena joined the band, we were looking for a kind of female name, you know, that brings up a little, some female word or whatever. And we were thinking about writing music about, you know, nature, human impact on nature, and should be a name that, you know, showed the world that we were talking about, this female version of nature or whatever. And then we came with the word, I think, looking at the dictionary actually, and we like the meaning of the word. Ecliptyka is the ring of fire around an eclipse. So we kind of like that. We kind of like the way the word sounded. And yeah, we changed two letters on the original word, which comes from Latin. So we put an Y and a K at the end. So we would be the only band with that name, you know.
Very cool.
When you look up on Google or whatever, it's just us if you write our name correctly. So yeah, we liked the sound of the name and what it represented at the time. So that's why.
Okay, well, very cool. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so where is a good place for people to find out more about Ecliptyka? What social networking, what websites do you guys use that we need to send people to?
Firstly, we would like people to go to our website, which is www.ecliptyka with Y and a K at the end .com. And basically, we're on every social network you can think of. Facebook, Twitter, Reverb Nation, even MySpace, we're there still. I don't know if people are there, but we are there.
Man, I've tried to do the new MySpace, and I can't navigate this stupid thing.
Yeah, I know.
It's really cumbersome.
Yeah, but we're all of those. If, like I told you, if you write our name correctly, you would find us everywhere. So.
Okay, very good. Well, I strongly suggest everybody that's either tuned in or hears this interview to check them out.
Sure.
Jump on Facebook and find them, and tell them you heard them on Rock Alliance Radio. Tell them that you heard the interview. Let them know. Just say hi.
That would be great. Yeah, for sure.
Because I know these guys will respond back. They're very good about that. So.
Thank you.
So okay, so you have the new album that's out. Is it officially released?
Yeah, it is. Finally.
Okay. Well, you mentioned you're going to have a release show, and some bands wait till that show to make it official, so I wasn't sure.
No. We released. It's available at our online store, which is ecliptyka.com/store. It's available on Spotify, like you said. It's on iTunes. It's on Amazon. It's everywhere. It's even on YouTube. We didn't release on YouTube, but people put the record there already. We will do a official YouTube release as well, but still waiting to people, to digest the music, and you can find it everywhere now. So it's officially out for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Just so everyone knows that is tuned in, after this interview, I think I have like 5 or 6 Ecliptyka tracks lined up to play. I have a couple from the old album, and then I have 3 from the new one. So
amazing.
After the interview, I'm going to play some Dead Eyes, because that's like one of my favorites from the old album. Also going to play Hate, because I love that track. And then from the new album, we got Times Are Changed, Forgotten, and Breathing Again. So we're going to give everybody a good blast of Ecliptyka.
Breathing Again is just an intro, man. Play Changed and Gone, which is the next song. Or play them both.
Oh, that is the intro, isn't it? That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will make it work.
All right.
I will make it work so you don't get gypped.
No problem. Thanks.
Okay. So with this new album, where did you record this at?
Yeah, that's at the time we were looking for in a studio. Tiago, our drummer, he used to take classes with Jean Dolabella, which is the former drummer of Sepultura. And he was building a new studio, a very good studio in São Paulo at the time. And he kind of offered us a very good offer to produce the album, to record the first album in this new studio. So we talked a lot, and we liked his style of working. He You know, nowadays you have technology, you have Pro Tools, you have computers. You can do pretty much everything on the studio. You can make a very bad band sound like an amazing band, right?
Right.
We all know that. And Jean is totally about, organic music, putting out, feelings on music and stuff like that. And we were thinking about that exactly, it kind of matched our thinking at the time and today as well. We wanted people to listen to a record and feel that we were playing live at their heads. Like they're in a show seeing Ecliptyka live. So it has to be an organic feeling. You can't use any edition tools or editing tools or any vocal tuning program or whatever. So that's why it took us a little while to start recording because we rehearsed like for 8 months.
Nice.
Yeah, in the studio with everyone together jamming and giving opinions, and he was there with us like a sixth member of Ecliptyka. So we just went to start recording when we felt that okay, we're you know uh, ready for this. We can do it without having to uh, change the sound afterwards or whatever. And their studio is so good. The room is amazing. They have the best gear in the world to do that. And everything you're gonna hear is just us playing without any technology involved. We use old gear like vintage stuff, vintage guitars, microphones, drums, everything. So the record came out just the way we felt. We wanted to show people how we are.
Yeah, well, and I have to say, I give you guys huge props for doing that because it's so easy for bands to get sucked into using all that,
Yeah, I mean,
technology today to make themselves sound good. But I mean, for a band to go into a studio and not use all that and sound as good as you guys do, I mean, that is amazing. You guys rock.
yeah, I mean, thanks, man. I don't blame anyone because I mean it's very expensive to go to a very good studio and do things the way they should be done nowadays.
Right.
But we got this chance, this opportunity, to be honest, because yeah, it was just coming up with the new studio. We were the first band that recorded an album there, so they helped us. They knew they needed some exposure,
Right.
and a band like us doing the work the way it's supposed to be done, and it wasn't that crazy expensive to us to do that. So we took the opportunity and the chance, and we did the best we could with it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. An opportunity like that, you may only come once in a lifetime. You got to take
Yeah,
it.
for sure. Yeah.
And see, we have something in common. You or for them, you were the first band to record there, and for me, you were the first band to do an interview with me. So
That's amazing.
I like it.
Yeah, man,
I
that's
like it.
awesome. I have more stories about that. To be honest with you, our marketing guy today, we have a director of marketing for the band, Daniel. We were the first band that he's working with him doing that. So it's another one. The first album, A Tale of Decadence, was recorded by another guy that Mark. We were the first band that did a whole album with him and his studio, and now he's doing very well, recording very good bands. The first video clip we did of "We Are the Same," the guys from the producers, we were the first big band that did a whole production with them as well. So we have a lot of stories about
I
that.
guess so. That's awesome.
Yeah, it seems to be a constant.
So with this new album, are there any guest artists or anything on it?
No, that's the thing. On the first album, we wanted to do things completely different this time because we didn't want people to think that we would always come with an epic, like album that just had one story behind it, and having guests. The first album had two guests, right? And then this record, we said like, oh no, man, we can have guests this time because people would think we're gonna have guests on every album.
Right.
So we said no, let's just be us. Let's just have us on that record. We have like me singing spring vocals, Elio singing clean vocals, and Elena all the time changing everything. So we think we had enough guests or vocalists or different voices on the record.
So are you going to stick true to that too, like when you do videos? It'll be just the band as well?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be just us.
Very cool. And that reminds me, when you mentioned Helena, on this album, it seems like she's changed up her singing style slightly. I think I dig it.
Yeah, she started listening to more rock or poppy singers,
Uh-huh.
and they're using a lot of drives on their voices. Girls like Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm.
Okay. Yep.
And she started studying things like that and digging it and trying new things, and everyone was really amazed about it because it sounds, I don't know, it's a little more personality, I think.
Yeah.
And the producer, Jean, he felt that and he pushed her to, put out everything on the record. So that's why you said like everyone's dig that. I mean everyone's love that. So
Yeah, it just sounds like she has a little more brutality in her voice.
for sure, yeah.
So one last thing about the album before I move on. So I'm sitting here looking at the album cover for Times Are Changed. Who designed this? Because they did an amazing job.
Yeah, man, we love that cover. I mean, we were looking. It's a hard thing to do, right? To put out, you have to feel the music. You have to read the lyrics. You have to the cover has to represent it all, and it's a very important thing to do. So we knew a friend of ours who's a drummer for another very good Brazilian band, which is called Trace.
Yep. I know those guys.
You know them?
Yep.
So the drummer Marcelo, he also do covers for some bands. He did in the past. He did for Trace as well. And we were looking for a very good artist that could capture the essence of the new the new songs. And we talked with him a lot about it, and he came up with this idea of a guy, moving on, looking at his past that it was a little bit rough, and going to a new place, So we love the everything, the colors, the concept, and yeah, he did it. He did it all.
Yeah, he did good. I'll have to hit him up and tell him, or at least give him some props.
Yeah, do it. He's gonna be very glad you did that.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, my favorite track of theirs right from their. I don't think they have a new album out. Not that I've heard, anyways. But Back of Your Head, I love that track.
Yeah,
it's so brutal.
They're very good. We played with them a couple times. They're very good.
Yeah, very cool.
I think they're looking for a new singer now. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Huh? Interesting. Yeah. See, there you go. You can't. Bands they're always changing.
Yeah,
changing things up. So, speaking of music, if I grabbed your iPod or MP3 player, what bands would I find you listening to right now?
Woo!
We had a little crash in the background. All is well.
Yeah, I heard. Everything's good. Okay. Well, it's all the bands I told you. I think I listened to the new Slipknot track. You guys like that?
Isn't it good? Yeah,
It's amazing.
I played it on my show last night, and then DJ Rage after me, he played it as well. Yeah, we're really digging that track. It really sounds like old school Slipknot to me.
Exactly. That's why, everyone just mentions that old school, the music we like. It's everyone did all organically, dude. There's no technology in that. It's just energy and feeling.
Uh-huh.
So that's why we tried to do what we did in this record. So the bands I'm listening to, I mean, I'm really digging into the guys from Outer Bridge. You know those guys?
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
I like them. I'm listening to Blackstone Cherry as well. I like this band. Coheed and Cambria. Devil You Know, which is the new band for that former singer from Killswitch Engage. Dream Theater. The new Dream Theater album was great. I loved it. Well, man, it's hard to tell. I have like tons of music here on my iPod, to be honest.
Oh yeah, there's so much good music either out or coming out right now. It's really cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I listen to even Michael Jackson. Like
yep.
Stuff that doesn't have anything to do with metal. Of course, there's Metallica. There's Iron Maiden here. Journey, In Flames. In Flames coming back. Thanks God.
Yeah, I like those guys too.
Yeah, we love them. There's a new band from Andreas Kisser from Sepultura.
Okay.
He got together with the drummer from Maná and other guys, and they came up with a band called De La Tierra, which is singing in Spanish. It's metal. It's amazing. You should get to know those guys too.
I'll have to have you send me the name. I have no idea how to even spell that. So if you could send me a link to it or something to them.
All right, no problem.
I'd appreciate that.
What else? I mean, even though some people don't like them, I listen to Avenged Sevenfold as well. I love their last record, Hail to the King. A new band from Sweden, Amaranthi. They're amazing. They have like 3 singers, a girl, Elise, which is amazing as well. It's very poppy, but it's still metal. I liked it.
Hey.
Well, I think that's it. Yeah.
That's a good list.
It is.
Very cool. So when you're not working on the album and when you're not practicing and you're not working on shows, I mean, what do you guys do in Brazil to relax? Because at some point, I'm assuming you have to step away for a minute.
I don't know, man. I can't. That's a very good question. I have no idea what I do to relax. I never relax. Maybe go to a bar and drink a very good IPA. That's what we do.
Nothing wrong with having a good drink.
Yeah, hanging out with friends. I mean, everything, at least for me, it's involved with music,
Right.
Even when I'm not playing, I have another band just for fun, just to play at pubs or stuff like that, just to play some rock and roll, and that's fun as well. We go out and see another friends playing, drink beer, some barbecue parties, stuff like that. I mean, things that everyone does,
Right. That's a true musician answer right there.
Yeah, for sure.
What do I do to relax? I do more music.
Everything is about music. It doesn't stop.
Right. That's awesome. That is awesome. What? So this other band, is it like? Do you guys like do covers and stuff?
Yeah, actually, it's Helio, with another guitar player.
Yep.
He sings in this band, and the drummer is also Tiago. So it's 67% of Ecliptyka there.
Right.
And we play, Kiss, Purple, Sabbath, Zeppelin, stuff like that. Just have fun.
Nice. Doesn't Helena have like a side band something too, where they do covers and stuff?
Yeah, she sings. She's singing on a theme park today. I mean, she's like an employee of a theme park, and she do shows there, which are based on country music, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when I see her posts where she's like dressed up in different
Yeah, for sure.
Costumes and stuff. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well,
And
I saw
yeah,
those
and she
posts, and I'm
has
like,
she's got another projects going that I think are more poppy and stuff like that.
uh
Yeah.
huh. See, everybody's busy with just more music.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, so what would you say sets Ecliptyka apart from, there's lots of bands out there trying to do the same kind of thing as you guys. What sets you guys apart, and especially what are they going to get from
Yeah,
you when they come to a live show?
for sure. Yeah, you put me in a very difficult spot here, man. But I think you asked me this question already, didn't you, the first time?
I'm sure I did.
Well, and so I think I'm gonna answer the same way then. Uh, Honesty. I mean, we do this music because we love the music we do. We like, well, not like, we love to put out our ideas, our lyrics, our riffs, or harmonies, progressions, and we love to see how people respond to that. It's a very good feeling to see people singing your songs, um, telling you these or that song made them feel see the world in a different way, or help them through difficult times or whatever. It's amazing to see this response from the audience, and I think uh, what their show is. It's all about connecting with the audience. It's all about energy. You go to our show, you're gonna feel the energy in the air. You're gonna feel you're part of the music. You're a part of the show, just the same way as we are uh, playing. So I think that's what we try to do. That's our goal, and that's why Ecliptyka exists. I think that's it.
Okay, very good. And I'm going to add to that. I'll tell you from my perspective. We've been friends for a few years now, and
Yeah, for sure.
As a fan and following you guys, I mean, the one thing that I've always noticed with you guys are very down to earth, very true to what you do, very in touch with your fans. I mean, if I know if I hit you guys up, and even though we talk and we interviews and stuff, but just as a fan, I hit you guys up, you guys respond. I mean, I feel like you guys are just really personal. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other bands out there that are personal, but there's a lot that are not. So,
I mean, you do music, of course. At first, you do music for yourself. You like playing, you like being there, you like writing stuff. But I mean, I don't see a point if you don't pay attention to people, because you're playing to an audience. Your people are gonna have to like your music and interact with you, so you have to respond that with as much respect, as much uh, love as they do with back at you. So that's the way we like to work.
yeah, well, in that show I took my son to, I mentioned, a couple of those, all the bands are good, but a couple of them stand out. One's Surrender the Fall, and the other one's Artifice. And those guys, I mean, when they were done with their show, the first thing they did is they ran back to their merch booth. I mean, obviously they wanted to sell merch, but it was so they could, that's where the fans were going to go to talk to them. And they were there for a long time, hanging out and taking pictures with their fans. I mean, that kind of stuff to me just really goes a long way.
For sure, we always do that. You have to do that. I mean, that's as much part of the show as going on the stage and playing.
Yeah, just that human experience that you get, it's
Yeah, for sure.
you can either make it really good for people, or you can make people wonder why they ever paid money to come see you. So
Exactly.
okay, so now is the time for the most. I don't know if I asked you this question before or not, so
Okay.
you may remember
Go
or may
ahead.
not, but this is the most important question of the interview.
Okay, shoot.
Which one of the members of the band spends the most time in front of a mirror before you go live on stage?
It's a very important question. Like, yeah. Oh man, in the mirror. Well, I think it's either me or Helena. You know, Eric is a handsome guy. You know, he doesn't have to worry about that. Tiago has got no hair anymore, so he's not worried about that as well. Helio, it's maybe a little narcissist, but not as much as me, I think. And Helena, I mean, she's a girl. She's got makeup going, hair, you know, different clothing and everything. So I think she's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
But after her, it's me for sure.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Like to, yeah.
I thought it was a tie. Now it just went to her. Oh, nice. I can't wait till she hears this.
Yeah.
See, that the best part of that question for me is the response I get right after I ask it.
Okay. Yeah.
You're like, oh, where did this question come from?
Where?
Uh-huh. And that's why I say it's the most important. Got to set it up right, you know? So,
perfect picture for it. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to make sure people know about Ecliptyka? Anything I have not asked you or we have not talked about you want to make sure gets out there?
I don't know, man. I think we're good. We got it all covered. Let people know, you know, where our music is, where we are, our pages, or, you know, share our videos. The more people we got to show the music, the more fans we're gonna have, the better band we can be, you know. I think that's it. I think it's all about interacting and networking, like you said. So spread the word.
That's right. Ecliptyka. Be on the lookout. All right. If you can just hang on the line for a minute, my brother.
For sure.
Okay, good. All right. This is DJ REM, and you've been listening to my man, I cannot talk. My brother Guy from the band Ecliptyka, and
Yep.
I got like a 6-pack of Ecliptyka tracks to play for you today. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. It's time to get rocked and shredded by some killer Brazilian metal. Check it out.